another special, beautiful June afternoon, where we celebrate life, love, and the joining of two houses. For those of you who have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Aidan. I'm the eldest cousin of the bride and mutual lover of excellent beer with the groom. It is my utmost pleasure and humbling honor to be officiating this ceremony for you today to celebrate the union of Alayna and Matt. What's really funny and special is, when she was 3, Alayna told her mom she wanted to marry me. Much to her chagrin, that dream was squashed immediately. But now here I am, all these years later, marrying her. It's a nice full circle moment for us. Before we officially begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize Matt's late grandparents, Mary Coffey and Andrew Coffey, Eileen Hitt and Roland Hitt, as well as Richard Cedar, or Pop, as we called him, the late grandfather of Alayna and myself. While we are saddened, they are not with us here physically. Their presence and spirit are felt here in abundance, the space we inhabit teeming with their love. Alayna and Matt, you both look a little bit nervous. So to help you settle into the ceremony, I'd like to remind you that this is merely a public and legal acknowledgement of the strong bond that already exists. You already share a home, 2 beautiful and crazy dogs, and a deep loving respect for each other. And in a short while, you will also have the pleasure of sharing health insurance, tax liability, and a strong possibility that you will be implicated in any crime you ever make. Now for the fun part, the love story. What would any good wedding ceremony be without one? By the time I had the pleasure of meeting Matt, the relationship was well past the budding stage, perhaps already in full bloom. However, through my reconnaissance work in preparing for this role, one message became very clear, that this was right from the start. Like many great relationships in this day and age, Alayna and Matt met on a dating app during COVID. This particular app is structured in such a way so that only women can initiate the conversation, meaning Alayna liked what she saw. After a couple months of chatting online, navigating conversations with themselves, each other, and family about how best to take precautions while meeting up with a stranger from the internet during a pandemic, they landed on a first date spot, the Tilted Bar and Brewery, the first of many beer-centric establishments they would go on to patronize in their time together. And, well, it did not take long from there. Families on both sides started hearing whispers of a significant other, both being spoken about in a way that suggested to their families that this time there was something different. In Alayna's own words, that first date felt like when things began to get serious. One date, most people would tell you to slow down. And in this case, those people would be stupid. What followed were many more romantic dates, including a favorite memory of Alayna's, a birthday trip to Newport for dinner, drinks, and the kind of sunset that would make a postcard jealous. But what of the next stage, meeting the families? And, well, when you have a sister like Julia, who knows what could happen? I'll tell you. Julia, who famously has never been overserved in her life, went to meet Matt for the first time at dinner with him and Alayna, followed by drinks. That evening, the Holy Spirits got the best of her, leading to her retiring to Matt's guest bedroom for the night in one of his Dolphins jerseys, feeling it bad the next morning. To quote the legend herself, Alayna was pissed. But what better story is there to highlight some of the key things that make Matt so right for Alayna? He is caring, especially about family. He can roll with the punches, and perhaps most importantly, he's a great hang. He clicked right away with our family, and he is beloved by Melissa and John. And at this point, if there's anyone who wasn't convinced that this wasn't the real thing, within a year, she had broken an apartment lease to move to Coventry with him. Folks, that's what I call true love. But it was not just Alayna who was head over heels right off the bat. Matt's parents also felt immediately that he was taken with her right from the beginning. And as a result, the gap between hearing about her and meeting her felt like an eternity. And maybe he was holding out, because one of Kathy's friends ended up meeting Alayna before she did. But his parents were assured by their friend that they would love Alayna, and they did. Shortly after starting dating, Matt's brother Dan got engaged. And when Matt walked into the party with Alayna, one patron mistook him for his brother and congratulated him. Matt said thanks, under the impression he was being complimented for finding a beautiful girlfriend, oblivious to the case of mistaken identity. I mean, this is a woman who is not only beautiful, but who secretly obtained his grandmother's famous pound cake recipe to surprise him with on his birthday. What is not to love? And so, what started as two simple swipes of their thumbs to the right has blossomed into this. A relationship that has seen the two of them grow with and through each other, concurrently growing closer as one, and also helping the other to become their best selves. Alayna, who at 14 years old was still scared to boil water, has not only grown into a chef, but a haver of a green thumb, tending to her garden to add some much-needed color and fiber to the meats that Matt cooks, an example of their complementary nature. Matt, whose idea of feng shui could be boiled down conceptually to Miami Dolphins and gnomes, has at least partially outgrown these tendencies, working with Alayna to furnish their home like someone who reads Home and Garden as opposed to Sports Illustrated or Smurfs Digest. But here's the reality of the situation. You two will never get married if I don't stop talking to you. And I could probably go on for hours about how excited I am for the two of you and how great everyone thinks you are for each other. My partner Allie and I had the privilege of hosting them during what was the hottest weekend in Los Angeles we've experienced in the 4 years I've lived there. But they were undeterred from having a good time. 35,000 steps at Disneyland, Dodger Stadium when it was 100 degrees still at 9 p.m. These two are resilient. And anyone could have told you that about Matt on account of his unyielding loyalty to the Dolphins for over 30 years. But the point that I'm trying to make is that these two are not only perfect for each other in their values that they share, but have the faculties to endure all the highs in life that life will inevitably throw at them. In a few short moments, forevermore, you will enjoy your trips to dog parks, hikes, breweries, family time, Martha's Vineyard, Hard Rock Stadium, and more as a happily married couple. Let's begin, shall we? Alayna and Matt, you are about to make your promises to one another. You will find that as you live by your vows over the years, investing your time, love, and commitment to one another, the happy times of your life will be twice as joyous because you'll be sharing these joys in marriage. Matt, do you take Alayna, whose hand you hold, choosing her alone to be your lawfully wedded wife? Will you live with her in the state of true matrimony? And do you promise you will love her and comfort her through good times and bad, in sickness and in health, honoring her at all times and being faithful to her? Alayna, do you take Matt, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone, to be your lawfully wedded husband? Will you live with him in the state of true matrimony? Do you promise to love him and comfort him through good times and bad, in sickness and in health, honoring him at all times and being faithful? The ring, an unbroken circle, represents unending love. As often as either of you look upon these rings, may you be reminded of this moment and the love that you have promised to one another. Matt, please take the ring and place on Alayna's finger and repeat after me. Alayna, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. That I am choosing to share my life's journey with you. I give you this ring with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever. I give you this ring with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever. Alayna, please place the ring on Matt's finger and repeat after me. Matt, I give you this ring.
Matt, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love.
As a symbol of my love.
And that I am choosing to share my life's journey with you.
I'm choosing to share my life's journey with you.
I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
With the pledge to love you.
With the pledge to love you.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Alayna and Matt, I want to wish you both as much love and happiness as you begin your new journey. Remember to keep lots of love and laughter in your life, and it will never be far behind. You have pledged your love to each other in the company of your wonderful families and your circle of friends. By the power vested in me and the state of Connecticut, I now pronounce you married. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present for the first time the newlyweds. You may now kiss the bride.